going on, everybody? It's Bami back with another banger. There's been a lot of conversations and debates about Saviour and its place in the Zenkai hierarchy. Is Saviour Zenkai worthy? Is Saviour better than Beast? Is Saviour better than God? And is Saviour the new best Zenkai soul? We'll be looking into all of those questions in this video, and like the video if you enjoyed the fire intro. Now, since the Saviour rework dropped, I've been seeing these comments floating around. This is a distraction rework. They're releasing everything but chapter 2, etc. Most of it I know is satirical, but we literally just got sneaks for chapter 2 in the Noelius video. So we know that they're actually working on it, and it's just going to take a while. I'm predicting the release will be somewhere near January of 2026. So let's just be happy we get actual good updates in the meantime. Alright, so before they released the update with the new Saviour rework, I went into the game quickly to just check my stats before and after the update. Of course, our stats are going to be different, but the general sentiment will be the same. If it's stronger for me, it will also be stronger for you. So here are my stats here. I have around 130k plus into strength and around 110k into keep out, and I'm in the game right now, and if anything, they slightly went down, not by much. Is basically the same, but I just realized if you look at it closely, the stats did go down in strength and keep out. But before we compare the reworked Saviour to Beast and God, first we need to find out if it even got better. Is Saviour better than what it was before? Because if it isn't, there's no real point in having this conversation. The old Saviour's whole gimmick was that it had short cooldowns and did burn damage. With the new Saviour, that's not the case, but it does have an extra move. And for the old Saviour, one Yundo did around 2 million damage. That's including the hit on impact plus the burn damage. The one Yundo now does around 3 million damage, but has a 17-second cooldown, whereas before the cooldown was only 7 seconds. This might seem like a pretty big buff, but in practice, the bosses that you fight will only feel about a third of this damage, because they have the opportunity to just teleport or just move out of that AoE space, so they won't take that full amount of damage. If I'm being generous, both moves do the same amount of damage, but the reworked one Yundo just has a higher cooldown. The old Buddha Fist did around 1.5 million damage with a 4-second cooldown. Now the new Buddha Fist does 1.3 million damage with a 12-second cooldown. This is just a clear nerf of the move in damage and cooldown. But Heaven's Wrath, on the other hand, got a insanely crazy buff. The old Heaven's Wrath did around 3 million damage with a 25-second cooldown. The new Heaven's Wrath does 9 million damage with a 20-second cooldown. So the damage went up and the cooldown went down. And with the new rework Saviour, you have your new move Feral Cannon, which does 2.5 million damage. So as you probably would have guessed, the reworked Saviour is much better than the old Saviour, mainly because of the new move added Feral Cannon and Heaven's Wrath. Yes, the old Saviour had much shorter cooldowns and burn damage, but the DPS is still much higher on the reworked Saviour. I won't go into too much detail, so we can move on to the reworked Saviour versus Beast. Okay, so I'm well aware that Beast and Saviour both have special editions, but I won't cover them in this video because what's the point? The special edition Saviour is 10 times rarer than God. I had 100,000 GP and I still didn't even get it. I had gotten 3 Beast souls and 3 God souls and still didn't even get the SE Saviour.
Yeah, Bami, souls gave me GP. He gave me 100k GP.
Same.
And then on top of that, I bought like
Same.
50k worth of GP.
You gambled it already?
I can say at the very least I got a Beast soul out of it, so I will give away
No,
that Beast soul.
no. All right, let's go. Let's go, let's go. 2 Zenkais. 2 Zenkais. Yo, on my soul, if we get a first try. On my soul, if we get a first try, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. No. We got God soul. We got God soul. We got God soul. We got God soul. More gambling. Zenkai again. We're getting a lot of Zenkais. I like that. We got another God soul. Oh, yo, bro, we are getting lucky, bro. All right, so when I scroll up, we got another God. You lot, we got another God. Yo, we got another God. We can't complain. We cannot complain. We are eating good tonight. We got 3 Beast souls to give away, 2 God souls to give away. I'm keeping 1. And 55 Saviours. So I'm just going to address the elephant in the room. Bestial Roar does insane amounts of damage, but you can only use it once in a whole lifespan of the soul, whereas Heaven's Wrath can be used multiple times and still does insane damage. In my personal opinion, Special Beam Cannon and Bestial Roar are the only moves that even compete with Saviour's moveset. The rest of the moves just don't do enough damage, and for that reason I'm going to have to give it to Saviour, because by the time you can get off a Special Beam Cannon in, with Saviour you can hit 2 or 3 moves in that time and do much more damage. Yes, Bestial Roar does an insane amount of damage, but after that you're left to hit M1s and Special Beam Cannon, whereas Saviour can just recycle through its moves over and over again. It just has higher DPS. Beast does have a higher power level, but that's still not enough to give it that edge above Saviour. Now at this point, Saviour has proven itself against the old Saviour and now Beast. I'm sure some of you guys have your own opinions, so let me know in the comments below. But now let's see if it is anywhere close to God's Soul. God has always been at the top, just based on its insane damage capabilities and its power level and stats. And there's a clear reason why God is above Beast, and that's because it does everything that Beast does, but way better. Yes, it has the same issues with its cutscenes, but the cutscene for termination is shorter, so it's actually beneficial to use, unlike Path to Ruin. But I'm going to show you 2 clips of me fighting Kefla with both souls, God and Saviour, and I'm not going to lie, we might be experiencing something revolutionary. I've done this raid many times with both souls, and I've come to the conclusion that Saviour is just better. God's Soul does do amazing damage, but with the insane resistance from these bosses, you would rather have multiple moves that do good damage with short cooldowns than a couple big moves with longer cooldowns. And I've tried changing stats to key and still the same results. For normal raids, I would bring Saviour over God every single time, but for the Infinity raid, maybe I would consider God for its insane stats and power level, just so I don't get one-tapped by Veggie. But those are just my thoughts on the matter. Give me something good. Don't embarrass me in front of all my friends, please. Oh my. All my luck has just disappeared, bro. After I got all those God Souls and the beasts, my luck has just vanished.